Hi, Phil Aston here from Now Spinning Magazine with another episode of Music and Mental Health. This is completely unscripted and it's just come to me while I'm on my daily walk along the coastal path. And it's because a couple of things have come up while I've been interviewing people. Steve Hackett and Tony Banks and some other people as well. Why is music, I say music is the healer and the doctor, but why is music so special to us? If you think about it, it's unique, isn't it? You know, the reason why I feel it's a kind of a spiritual dimension to it for me is because you don't actually need it, do you? It doesn't, you can't wear it, it doesn't keep you warm, it's not clothing. You can't eat it. So it doesn't, you know, if you're hungry, it's no good. And I mean, you could say this about any art, but I think music especially, because art, you look at it, it's a visual stimulation. But music isn't. Music is something you feel. There's a vibration to it. You know, if you went to a Motorhead concert and stuck your head in the bass bins, you felt it. But equally, you know, there's a sound of a cat purring. The frequency of a cat's purr apparently is the frequency to help bones heal. There's a frequency to music that does heal. And so much music can actually stop a room, stop a conversation. You know, music in a film is there because it creates an emotion. The emotion's there, but it just amplifies it. The reason I'm saying this is that we can so often, and I've said this before in this series, have music as a background activity. It's on in the background. It changes the atmosphere of the room it's in, as I've said before. But what I'm doing more and more is to set aside time and simply be with that music. And especially if it's music I'm not really familiar with. And this has been especially true with listening to, say, classical music or jazz. You know, trying to open doors into sound that I'm not familiar with and thinking about how I feel without judgment. Sometimes a piece of music, a good example would be Bitches Brew by Miles Davis. For many people, that is the epitome of a classic piece of music that is beyond time. I can see that now, but for decades I just didn't understand it. I didn't like it. I remember, you know, my oldest son being in his car seat behind me saying, "This is funny music, Dad." It sounded funny to him, and he was about 2. But that idea now of not just instantly pushing back against music, but trying to see if I can find a doorway into it, to try and be closer to what the creator was trying to visualize. And not, you know, and also something else I'm very aware of, especially with so many musicians who've sadly passed away, is listening to music and closing your eyes, and especially the way that recordings sound on CD now and in high definition, where you can actually hear the movement of the plectrum against the string and the wood, the metal of the instruments. And it's almost as if you're in another sphere, another world with the musician creating that sound, almost hearing the vibration of the strings. And so I've used that phrase, Music and the Healer Doctor, for quite a while on the website and on the YouTube channel. But I'm starting to explore it on a deeper level now, and what music means to me. Even the anticipation of taking the box or the album off the shelf and picking what I'm going to play, and almost like, it's like, I don't want it to be like a Chinese or Japanese tea ritual, you know, when I'm handling everything with like surgical gloves, but thinking about this, what I'm about to do. I'm about to share a precious time that I have on this planet in my life. I've picked something to play and share and go back in time to when this recording was made, unless it's a brand new album. But I'm also in the present with my life now and what's going on in my life, and how many times albums can be part of christenings, birthdays, just a Friday night, a Monday morning, grieving, a journey on a bus, a random time. But all of those components, that music has kind of generated thought and feelings and emotions. So when you listen to music today, or after watching me rambling on, approach it differently. Approach it as if it's the first time you've heard that piece of music ever. And try and let go of all the other times you've heard it. I think I've done this with music where I've told people, oh, I don't like that band, or it's not something I like, which is why my video with 5 bands I don't get never appeared. Because when I went back and tried to research that video, I realised that actually I did get them. And I've actually bought some albums since then. Anyway, that's a different story. So take care, all of you. Thank you for being here. Please take care. And music is the healer and the doctor. So take care, all of you. And I'll see you all very, very soon.